Deano's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Deano's Night Out on WRMN 1410. Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now.
Oh boy, and let me tell you, talk of the town. Do they love the talk of this town? But yes, indeed, this is Deano, and we are back. WRMN 1410, Deano's Night Out. And joining me now, because Matt couldn't take me no more, I got Dennis Sonar Green. How you doing, Dennis?
Doing fantastic. How about you, Mr. Deano, sir?
Like I was saying, my voice was fading. You just gave me a little shot of coffee. That's kind of soothing the pipes a little bit. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. I got drink some with you. Cheers to that.
Cheers to your muscle.
Get some of that afternoon coffee going on. In the Navy, that's all we ran on. So media just fit right in for the beverage of choice.
That was good. So while you were not here, we were talking about America First Responders Fest.
Oh, that was a fun time.
It was a real good time. But before we do that, we got right now reminding everybody that this show, Deano's Night Out, 2 to 4 each and every Friday, is brought to you by Ron Onesti from the Arcada Theater.
Is that fantastic theater in St. Charles?
That's that one, 105, and it's on East Main Street. Yeah, great show. Oshows.com. Always has a good lineup.
And the best part is there's multiple stages, too. So when you go over there for the night, you may be seeing one show and then going, oh, my goodness, maybe we go see another while we're still here.
He's got Studio, what is that, 64? He's on Route 64, North Avenue. Yeah. So it's Studio 64, which is the offshoot of Studio 54. So that's kind of like your disco music, rock and ravioli he's got. He's got so many different venues within that building. What he has done with that place, him, his brother, his crew, is just outstanding. But tonight, if you want to catch the 8 o'clock show, how do you say that name? Me and Matt had two different ways of saying it.
Let's see here. It's Orianthi.
Those of you playing the home game.
Orianthi? Orianthi, I think.
All right.
Yeah, I would say that.
We'll go that way. So anyhow, she looks as much like a rock star as she does a supermodel. Quite a good-looking lady. And but it's, the extraordinary guitar chops that turn most of the heads. She began playing professionally when she was only 13 years old. Before going on to perform, she performed on tour with Carlos Santana, Steve Vai, Alice Cooper, Rich Sambora, and, of course, Dave Stewart.
That's some good style right there. And I love female blues singers, too. Because the blues, a lot of times, is all about that heartache and that yearning and all of that. And to hear that from a female vocalist, too, along with those crunchy guys, or those Delta blues type of thing, to hear that same...
This is crisp.
Yeah, sweet sorrow coming from a female voice, absolutely.
And Diana Krall's another good one. Hers is more of the, little real tempered down. She's married to that Elvis Costello guy.
Oh, yeah?
What do you see? Have you ever seen a
He must
picture
be
of her?
famous. No.
Yeah, I heard he is. And then after that, on Saturday, they got Gino Vanelli. You may remember him. Matt had no idea who I was talking about. But he's a Canadian rock singer and songwriter who's best known for his singles, I Just Want to Stop and Living Inside Myself. Since his debut release of Crazy Life in 1973, Gino, that's Gino Vanelli, has remained one of the most distinctive voices in contemporary music. So that's what we got lined up over there, and that's who does it for us all the time. our good friend, Ron Onesti. Thank you, Ron, for all the support you give our station. We certainly appreciate it. Definitely good stuff. But, just a quick thing. We're back on the America First Responders Fest for a second. I wanted to read some of the people that didn't have the opportunity, and we did speak of how we were going to have them here. You and I were talking, Nightmare on
Chicago
Street. We will have that right in front here. We do a live broadcast. So we're going to ask them to come out on the 25th, I believe it is. I've been telling everybody the 23rd. So, a couple of the people we're going to have, we're going to have Erin Murphy. She happens to be from the Elgin Police Department.
Oh, okay.
And she's certified emergency medical dispatcher. Not just medical dispatcher, not just dispatcher, emergency medical dispatcher. There's quite a bit that goes into the dispatching. Again, more of who first responders are. So we felt it only fitting. We had given her an award a couple of years back, and she has had some, again, outstanding, if you want to call it, performances and life-saving that probably could have gone a lot more dark had she not give the aid that she gave and gave the caller that calmness that they needed. So we're not only bringing her in for that, but she also has a special message, and it's a sad message, but it's a message that she's feeling, I don't want to say lucky, but fortunate. She's got ovarian cancer. Erin was diagnosed with stage 1 ovarian cancer and has been fortunate that it is in remission. So if you want to, go to her website, it's diy.ocrahope/Erin-Murphy for more information. They even made a vehicle wrapped.
Yeah, the EPD's driving around in that.
With the ovarian cancer. I'm trying to see if I yeah, I do. Look at that. And there's a picture, those of you, once again, playing the home game. And don't forget, that's the domestic violence one. Okay, well, it looks similar because it's a similar color, but they do have a one for the ovarian cancer. A lot of people supported it, sponsored it. And a lot of people think like the city is spending money on these vehicles to get wrapped. These come from community donations, community businesses, community individuals, okay? Just keep that in mind. But since I have this up, they have the walk October the 11th from 10 to 1, and that's right behind the city hall in that little courtyard.
Yeah, that's
is
tomorrow.
Where it starts, yes. And that starts at 10 o'clock, since I had the clip up here. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to definitely talk about Erin, about gratefully and hopefully her stage 1 stays in remission. And the other things on the first responders, again, we're trying to make America First Responders a foundation so that we're able to give out scholarships. Scholarships to who? People that want to go in the military, because there's people that you can get into the military, they'll take you. But if you want to get into it as a career, into the officers, a little extra money doesn't hurt them by way of a scholarship. Police department, fire department, to get you to go to school, to get the training, make sure this is what you want to do. We've talked about EMS already, dispatchers, but equally as important, and not just that we're in it, is your journalists.
Yeah, well, the thing is that you never know about the education and what kind of certifications you need to get until you're into something. So a lot of times it may be $100 or $300 to take a CPR course,
Right.
or maybe you want to get certified on a particular fire extinguisher or
Exactly.
something like that. So there's a whole bunch of different things that you never know that may pop up within your education. That maybe it's just a textbook or something like that. So we want to make sure that we can set up something to where if there is somebody who wants to serve the community, we want to make sure that there are no roadblocks in their way to actually be able to do that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it's set up for. So the last two I wanted to talk about, and I'm hoping we can get them here. John Garcia, who's a reporter for ABC7, he works this area, these suburbs. He's Eyewitness News. John he's just got too many awards for me to mention, but just a few. He's got 5 regional Emmys, Illinois Broadcasters Association, Silver Dome Award, as well as being chosen for the Drake University Young Alumni Achievement Award. Now, that's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, but we're going to also ask John to come on the 25th. And then, John stands up with that microphone in his hand, but who's the guy that's right there with him all the time? And that's his partner. His partner and cameraman, and that's Kevin Dalton. He's also been with ABC7. He was a photographer for 37 years, and in 32 years now, he's been in TV. So he has also been with ABC WLS, again, for 18 full years, and himself receiving many awards, such as the AP Award and 3 regional Emmys.
Wow.
And AP is the Associated Press, which is kind of like an elite thing, I guess you would want to call it.
Yeah. They're, for the most part, they're almost a national standard for news for a lot of things. AP usually with their grade, last time I checked, comes in centered, high factuality. Yeah. If you look at the Ad Fontes measurement of news, they're fantastic. So being recognized by somebody who is the industry standard and is that elite type of side.
Very good. Well, listen, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Columbus Day. And that's coming up on the 13th. We're going to talk all things Columbus. I think you'll enjoy it. So just do me a favor, hang with us. We're not going to be too far away.
73rd annual?
Can you imagine that? 73rd annual Columbus Day.
That's a lot of parades.
You better believe it. I've been involved with them since 1977.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of parades.
I'm an old guy. But there's a lot that's happened. I mean, a lot of things that people don't realize that October is Italian American Heritage Month. And we'll talk a little bit some more about that when we get a little bit closer to it, when we come back from our next break. So, hey, everybody, hang tight. We are going to be talking all things Columbus. Columbus Day this Monday. Thank you for listening, WRMN 1410. Hey, we are back. Dino's Night Out. Quick break we took over here because the bottom of the hour is going to come so much faster than you realize. So what I want to do is get Dennis back on here with me. Hey, Dennis. What's going on?
Nothing too much.
I got the right mic on, too. Look at that.
Ready to be talking about some Columbus Day. That's coming up Monday, right?
This coming Monday.
That's the one.
You don't want to miss it. That's right here. And, a lot of people don't realize the importance of the Italian Americans, to this country.
Yeah.
And it's not like, the Italians are the best. Because, I get that all the time. Oh, what do you think? You Italians did everything? Walk on water? No, it's not that at all. It's just that they really have contributed so much. And, and I tell you, Italian Heritage Month is celebrated in October to honor the culture and contributions of Italian Americans. Established by 1989 U.S. Congressional and Presidential Proclamation by George H.W. Bush, the month recognizes the impact of immigrants who came during the Great Arrival. They call the Great Arrival between 1880 and 1924. The celebration includes recognizing the achievements in fields like entertainment, science, the military, and reflects a unique Italian-American culture that developed the United States. So if you're watching on TV, of course, I have that on there. And then one of the other things I want to talk about next to that is Anthony DeLuca. Anthony DeLuca, representative, I think 108th District. You remember? Yeah, 103rd. 8, 3, they all look alike.
Yeah, they're all the same. Well, they don't all look alike. That's
no, that's for sure.
But that's gerrymandering, and we'll talk about that in a political talk show. But
But Mr. Anthony DeLuca, House of Representatives of the 103rd General Assembly, in 2023, he put House Bill 1199 together. And what that does, it was introduced by himself on 1/31/23, and that was by Anthony DeLuca, Dave Vella, Jennifer Sanlatoro, Robert Bob Rita, and Daniel Gastey. We know that name.
yeah,
He's in the area now, Kane County. As well, I'm sorry, he's a senator, isn't he?
I believe so. Representative, yeah.
Mr. Gastey's a representative for state of Illinois. Good man. Was at that Republican event that we were just at. And so that's who, I guess you have to have X amount of people to nominate this to be I guess it becomes a bill, which is a law. And that goes back to that rock, remember? But it's called House Bill 1199, and we thank Anthony DeLuca, the House of Representatives, for making this happen. So they amended it, and it says right here that the month of October of each year is designated as Italian Heritage Month to be observed throughout the state as a month of recognition, the contributors and influence of Italians on American history, achievement, culture, and innovation. It wasn't always good news, like with the Italian Americans. Every group, ethnicity, culture, think that they were the ones that were persecuted and they were treated so terribly.
Well, if you look far enough back in history, it's almost everybody.
Everybody was.
So.
I mean, the Egyptians had slaves. Everybody had slaves. Everybody was treated. Somebody always had to be superior. Okay. I don't like that way of treating people. But, one of the things that sparked George H.W. Bush to do this was the month, was celebrated because this was partly a response to an injustice in 1891 when 11 Sicilian men were lynched, leading to an earlier gesture of reparation and the establishment of the day in Columbus's name. So to date, that was the largest mass hanging of any group of people in the history. And that was in I forget what parish, it was down in Louisiana.
New Orleans, yeah.
New Orleans, right. So, and what it was something to do with the police chief. I don't have the facts in front of me, so I'm not going to say.
Well, following the acquittal of a mistrial, several Italian men were accused of murdering the city's police chief.
That's what it was. And I knew it was, they were ready to be acquitted, and they were in the parish prison, and parish, not church, but parish is in New Orleans. A group of people stormed the jail, dragged these individuals out, all 11 of them, and they lynched them. And they were acquitted. They were wrongly accused. So, why do I bring that up? I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for anything more than just, hey, this is what's happened. This happens to a lot of people. We have a lot of injustices going on. Look what's happening in our world right now. One could argue it's right. One could argue it's not. But if you don't take a stand and you don't voice your opinion, is what we always talk about, these are the things we're going to have.
Well, and if you look at a lot of these things too, like we just said, is you walk further back in history, everyone has a time of being persecuted. It's when we open up and we accept everybody that we finally get past it, right? 100 years from now, they turn around and they say the same things about the time that we're sitting in now. You know what I mean? Well, or they turn around and go, you know what? Back then they did this and they did that. So
yeah, I can't believe they're saying this now. They never said that before. Well, I do a lot of cleanouts through the law firm, and you get some old newspapers back from, I'm talking as much as 1918, and you read the newspapers about how they talked about the politicians then. We're school kids the way we talk. I mean, they were rough. So, hey, we're going to come back. This is the bottom of the hour break. This is that hard break we have to take. But if you're watching on the screen, Right on there is Enzo Ranieri, Ron Onesti.
Well, it's you
Yeah.
there.
No, I was just trying to think. I thought I had more to put on today. But no, but that's Anthony DeLuca. He's in the right next to Enza. And all prominent people within the Italian American community. Not so much me, but those folks there. Ron Onesti is the president of the Joint Civic Committee, which we're going to talk about when we come back. So please stay with us. You listen to WRMN 1410 right here at Studio 14.
It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Deano's Night Out on WRMN 1410.
Hey, we are back. It's me, Deano's Night Out, right here. Studio number 14. Beautiful downtown Elgin, AM 1410. Man, I got to tell you, I love this song. I let it play all the time as much as I can, but that's not going to get me what I need to do. You know what? That's what we should do. I like that. We can sell it as a ringtone. Good idea. Yep. Okay. Well, listen, we were talking about Columbus Day just before we had to take our hard break at the bottom. And got a couple of events that are happening that I wanted to share with everybody. First of all, here's what the day consists of. The day, and again, this is since 1952. Do the math, because I know you're looking at 73 years, 52. And Matt, it adds up. What's the matter? Oh, you're not on. There you are.
Oh, I don't do math on air. I try as hard as I can. I try to do all of the math, even for my show.
There we go.
Or at least during a commercial break. What did you say,
1952, the Columbus Day celebration has been a generations old, honoring the Chicagoland Italian-American community. The JCCIA, which stands for Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans, welcomes everyone to join us in the celebration for 2025 Columbus Day Parade. And you ask, when is that parade? It happens to be Monday. A lot of people are off. I think it's still a holiday for a good portion of the people. So it's Monday, October the 13th, 2025, right here on State Street in Chicago. State and Wacker is where everything kicks off. But we are honored to have Fred Barbara serving as our 2025 Columbus Day Parade Chairman. We will also be celebrating Sicily as our Parade Region of Honor. I think last year was the Polonaise. Each year we pick a different region, and it's really kind of neat because we bring the people in to the different events and the different balls that we have, and you're able to get a better grasp of what the region is all about. Believe it or not, it's like even in Italian, they call different dialects. Mm-hmm. Depending if you're further north, further south, you're not speaking Italian proper. You're speaking what they call that dialect. So, and it's another show. And somebody with more.
I've been to Naples before.
Yeah.
And that was a fantastic place. But to me, I don't want to necessarily, that was the only dialect that I got to hear while I was there. I'm sure there was somebody traveling, but I couldn't tell the difference.
My flight, everything was booked. Mm-hmm. And then we had that beautiful thing happen. What do they call it? COVID.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I'm going to get out there.
You'll get there.
But Sicily, again, is our Parade Region of Honor. This year's Grand Marshals are Chaz Palminteri from A Bronx Tale. You hear me always reference him with not knowing sports. Mickey Mantle never made me no money. I believe that wholeheartedly. And an America's tenor who sang at the presidential inauguration, Christopher Machio.
Wow.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
Is he going to perform?
He's going to perform right in the middle of State and Wacker.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Ron and his brother, let me tell you, what they put together, what Onesti, Oshows.com puts together is a product. Well, that's what they are. That's what they do for a living. But what a production he puts on. Well, they'll have the American national anthem, the Italian national anthem, everything. But like good Italians, we start everything with a little church. At 9 a.m., the day will begin with a glorious mass celebrated by Father Richard Fragamini at Old St. Pat's Catholic Church, 700 West Adams Street. Father Fagramini, I think, just celebrated 50 years in priesthood.
My goodness.
Yeah, great guy, great homily, just in touch. And boy, you listen to him speak Italian, it's like listening to music. Really,
Wow.
he's that good.
It is
good guy.
a very beautiful language. It's considered one of the Romance languages, just
Yeah.
like French.
Oui. So everything starts 12 p.m., right? Like I said, on the corner of State and Wacker. After which, the parade will then commence south down State Street all the way to Van Buren. After there will be a post-parade reception on Rush Street, sponsored by the Bellevue Tavern on Rush, Gibson's, and Carmine's. ABC 7 will be broadcasting the parade live and live streaming on abc7chicago.com. So our friends at ABC are going to be the ones doing the actual streaming,
Mhm.
and I think you're going to want to watch it.
Yeah,
If-
and then we're going to be checking in. So as you're watching WLS, follow with your social media because everybody two screens everything now, right?
Sure they
You
do.
got one that just is on in the background, kind of like how the radio used to be, still is in my garage, but then we've also got that social media side. So we're going to be going backstage. Because WLS has that, but we've got people right there face to face with some of these people with the parade floats and the different marching.
We're going to try and give a little behind scenes,
Yeah.
what's happening, and as it progresses, I think that'll be pretty exciting.
I think so.
So we're going to give it a try. We were invited to do so we said, sure, why not? Let's get some. Let's get some coverage out there.
Are you wearing a blazer or an orange vest or an orange blazer?
You know what? I'm the guy that's at the tip, sending them down the chute.
Okay.
So I'm sure I won't be dressed.
We'll have to get you those flashlights with
Yeah.
cones
I
so
was
you
hoping
can.
for something like that. Yeah. I usually put my truck right in the middle of Wacker or State Street and whatever street that is. That's just south of Wacker, whatever that street. I don't know my streets. But anyhow, a couple of things I did want to go into again, just a little bit some more. Anthony DeLuca, who really made all of this possible for making it a House bill in the state of Illinois. I just wanted to put him back up on the screen. Anthony DeLuca is with the 103rd General Assembly. A lot of people backing him up. And to be able to get this bill enacted, it was quite a feat, to be honest with you. There was a lot of opposition met in the beginning. Once they realized and understood a lot of what we were trying to do, and again, we have a host of attorneys that have been working with these Columbus Day statues since they took them down, and a lot of the language so that Mr. DeLuca could use it, toward the House. Ron Onesti, I can't say enough about what Ron does for the Italian community. Not only he runs a beautiful business, but what he does for the Italian community, second to none. Just second to none. And then I don't want to miss talking about a woman that we all miss very dearly, Joanne Serpico. And Joanne, talk about lead with an iron fist, but a soft heart. That was Joanne Serpico. And she passed away last year. We missed her last year. And now 2 years in a row without Joanne being there, it's really just not the same. But we progress, we go on further, we acknowledge and we thank all of those that have made things possible. And that's what it's all about. The Columbus Day Parade, again, 73rd annual that you've been seeing. You look at the picture over here and look at all the different faces.
Wow.
You see black, you see brown, you see Asian. We have all of our partners in the community. We have the Jewish community, the Polonaise, we have the Grecian, you name it. Each and every community is represented and welcomed, and they do participate with some type of a float or walking or marching band in our parade. This is not just about us. And a lot of people say, oh, well, yeah, you're walking all over those indigenous people. What about them? What about their contribution? Well, I got answers on that too. Because last year was a big deal with the indigenous people. We had invited them and the Native American Guardians Association. So we had the different events, like I say, lead up to Columbus Day, and then we have a few during and a couple after Columbus Day. They came in their native garb, put on presentations of what they do and how they do it, and they couldn't be any more receptive, I guess, to us as a group. Okay, they're the group that says, like the Redskins and the Blackhawks. They said we're not mad about it. Who's saying we're mad? We're not mad. Why is everybody fighting about, let's get rid of the Redskins? What's the football team they just changed?
The Commanders.
The Commanders. What was it before? Was that the Redskins?
The Redskins.
Okay. So, I don't get it.
Well, and that's what I like about what you guys put on for this parade is you let everybody in. And that's why you have such a massive parade.
Oh, it's huge.
This thing is amazing to go down. This is to me, like, how you have the Thanksgiving Day parade in New York, or maybe you've got a 4th of July parade around here. I think in Chicago, the Columbus Day parade is the equivalent to that. I think you guys do such a great job putting that together. And honestly, with WLS covering it the way that they do as well, it invites everybody to be a part of it. So I think that's the whole spirit of it anyway. And that's honestly what it is it's not about turning around and saying, like when they say save the rainforest, right? When they say save the rainforest, they don't mean screw every other tree. They mean, hey, let's focus right now and do this, or let's look at this. This is the time to highlight that. So being inclusive with everybody is a great way to go with it.
Well, I mean, we know no other way. I'm going to be honest with you. We know no other way than to do that. We know what it's like to have people, look down their nose at us. We know what it's like to have people, make different comments about us. But, we plow forward, we plow through. And again, we are totally welcoming to each and every group that wants to be a part of us. If you don't want to be a part of us, don't be a part of us. But we open the door to everyone. And that is, you got people like Enza Ranieri. She's been on our show before. Individuals like Mr. DeLuca, supporting us through the state government. Ron Onesi, who I can't tell you how many different events he attends on a daily basis. Okay. And Columbus Day is one day. Okay. The Italian culture and our heritage, there's events that go on each and every day. And he's always posturing them so that we're ready to do the next good thing, And then again, that's being inclusive of each and every person. There's a guy by the name of Paul Basil who puts out a publication. It's called the Franoi. And this one here, this is a special, it's a special publication. It's called Proud and Positive, Celebration of Our Italian Legacy. And, when you go through this, you'll see the tributes, you'll see the initiatives, you'll see all the different things and all the different contributions that the Italian Americans have helped make America a better place, okay? Not to make America great again, the America a better place for all ethnicities. That's what we wanted. We're all immigrants. Let's go back to that. And what was it saying? The great period of the immigrant was that 1887?
Yeah, all the way to the
1880
early
to
1900s.
1924. So that was, I guess, the big influx of the immigrants. And it wasn't just the Italian Americans coming here, but the idea that we could all play nice in the sandbox is really where it all boils down. Now, maybe I'm breaking it down a little bit too basic, a little bit too easy, But there was just I'll read just one little. We got a little bit of time. Amerigo Vespucci. He was an explorer from 1451 to 1512. Now, mind you, we've got people that have made great accomplishments that don't date back to the 1400s. Okay, but he was a financial manager for the Medici family. Amerigo Vespucci turned his attention toward exploration with the news of Columbus's voyages. He sailed from Spain and then Portugal, making 4 voyages between 1497 and 1504. Traveling twice to explore the coastline of South America, he was the first to realize it was a continent, dubbing the New World. German cartographer Martin Walzenmuller identified it as America, named after Amerigo. So here you have it. Amerigo Vespucci is why we have the name America. So, I mean,
That's pretty good.
You can go one after the other. You got Fermi, the Fermi Lab, with, splitting that atom. I mean, we got so many different war veterans, Balbo Drive downtown in the city of Chicago, named after him. And I think a real personal favorite of mine, which kind of ties in Father Fragamini. Father Fragamini is pastor of Our Lady of Pompeii, and that's on Lexington Street. Okay, so directly across from the church are a bunch of condominiums now. Well, years ago, that was our Mother Cabrini Hospital. So St. Francis Cabrini, who was a humanitarian, I'm going to read it. She was small and sickly as a child growing up in Italy. Francesca Severo Cabrini conquered her infirmities to become America's first saint. Adopting the name St. Francis Xavier, she founded the missionary Sisters of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, setting forth with her congregants to minister to the needs of Italian immigrants in America. But her mission was more than just spiritual. Over time, her order established 67 hospitals. She had schools and orphanages in the United States, Latin America, and Europe. So that's this little woman, again, like my mom, probably didn't make 5 feet. And if you see it, it's called Cabrini. It's a beautiful movie. It's a great thing. Here's a woman that stood up to the Vatican. They wanted to shut her down. You're not going to continue this. You're not going to do that. She didn't listen to nobody. She kept plowing through. Why? Because she knew it was the right thing to do. She knew that if she didn't, all these people would go without. So 67 hospitals she was responsible, not to mention the orphanage.
Wow.
Others. So, the contributions the Italian Americans have made, it's countless.
Sometimes you just need an Italian mother to just take control, right?
You know what I mean? I tell you about mine all the time. But yeah, this book that I just shared with you, it's called Proud and Positive, Celebrating Our Italian Legacy. The author, the gentleman, Paul Basil, he's also the guy with the Italian American War Veterans Museum. This gentleman, again, just countless time he puts into promoting, the Italian American heritage. And these books are available. I have a whole stack here. If somebody would like to get them, give me a phone call. You can call in 847-931-1410. Hit me on the email and let me know. Give me the address, and I'll send one of these out to you. But one after the other, you'll see all the different people that contributed, as well as all the other ethnic groups that have committed to this country to make this a great country that I'm still proud of right now, of all the things that we are accomplishing. Italo Balbo, he was 1896 to 1940. That was the aviator. He was Italy's pre-World War II aeronautical prowess was showcased in the summer of 1993, when General Italo Balbo led a squadron of 24 Marchetti seaplanes in a historic Atlantic crossing. Flying in formation for the entire journey, the squadron landed on Lake Michigan to international acclaim during Chicago's Century of Progress World's Fair. Balbo was hailed as a hero and feted throughout the city. Today, 2 civic monuments and a street in Chicago give testimony to this unprecedented achievement. So, yeah, I'm bragging. I'm bragging about a lot. These guys have done so much, and women, I mean, so many different actors, that we have. So a lot of people. You'll want to get this. Give me a call. Drop me a line, 847-931-1410. Drop me a line on my email, because I'm just going to keep talking about these accomplishments until we go. Showing you a few pictures again. This is what the parade kicks off. Prior to that going down, we have the Chicago Police Department with the mounted police.
Wow.
And then the most important member that goes after the horses, that's the guy with the little cart sweeping up. So the rest of the people go walk on a nice pavement.
That's true.
But they got typically 6 horses, the mounted police. And Enzo Ranieri was very instrumental in getting a lot of funding to their organization.
That's right out in front of the Chicago Theater, too.
That's correct. And if you were looking at the picture, to the left is where WLS has their studios, and they have an outdoor piece set up. Ryan Cheverini is there. Yeah,
Okay.
A lot of good people. Yeah, he's the announcer from LS that typically is. But it's a great thing. Again, I show you all the different people. We're all there in unity. We're all there in harmony. We want one thing, everybody to get along together. Again, the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans. If you're interested in more information, go to jccia.org, and any one of them, the ladies in the office, happy to assist you. But this is a big thing. I mean, it is a real big thing. The entertainment that we have set up, the fact that George H.W. Bush made this Italian American Heritage Month, even though you don't hear so much about the Italians on the TV all the time, you hear every other group, but that's okay. We know who we are. We know who we represent. We thank again Anthony DeLuca. We cannot thank enough Ron Onesti for his tireless work as president of the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans. I have an organization still to this day, Unification of Italian Americans. We got about a dozen guys, and we're basically a spiritual-based one, because with my Knights of Columbus stuff, I don't want to be another Italian club that do this, do that, and go nowhere.
Yeah.
I wanted it to support Joint Civic Committee, and that's really just what we do.
Well, you guys are putting something on fantastically on Monday.
And you're going to be a part of it. You said you'd help us.
Yeah.
I'm holding you to that.
Wave at me. Come say hi. I'll be one of the guys probably in the vest, in the reflective vest. I'll see if I can get a flashlight or two to be able to
I'll get you one.
direct everybody.
But that's how I have to lure you into doing it?
That's how the wife's got to do it, at least. Okay, I'm got the next hours or so, and then of course we've got the Hampshire football game coming up tonight.
We'll be coming on. We're going to have the Whippers live right here at WRMN 1410. I'd like to thank you all for listening. Maybe some of this Italian stuff was a little too much for you. I don't think it was, but I wouldn't. Thank you very much for listening. You listen to WRMN 1410 on the AM channel, 1410, 1410.com if you want to check us out on the website. Don't forget Columbus Day, everybody, this Monday. Everyone's Italian on Monday, October the 13th. God bless, and we'll catch you guys next time.